First eye poke, and this was like the third eye poke, the last eye poke. But the point is, you have a victorious Chris Weidman because what does Bruno Silva do? He shells up. He says, dude, my fucking eyeball hurts, man. Like, yo, I shelled up. Referee doesn't see the eye poke, and what do you know? Chris Weidman wins via TKO. Here's my thing, because I'm going to show the video right now, AJ, but when you poke somebody in the eye, a lot of times when you're fighting, you get a knockout, they say, oh, I didn't even feel it. He just went down. But when you poke somebody in the eye, and you know you didn't connect with a clean shot, and then you put your hands up and you celebrate, and like you knocked them out, there's a little bit of gamesmanship right there. Can we just be honest about that?
Oh, absolutely. That's exactly the word I was going to use, Derek. Gamesmanship all day. You know you're in a fight. You know you're trying to get more money. Why not throw your hands up? I mean, until you get caught, until you have to say something otherwise, man, it's a fight. Rule number one: protect yourself at all times. Never turn your back on your opponent. Chris Weidman took advantage of it.
Hey, you have an awesome point right there. That's a really, really good point. That is clearly stated, man. Never turn your back on your opponent, but more importantly, we learned this from Mayweather back in the day. Protect yourself at all times. Doesn't matter. You want to dap up gloves, you better have one hand up on your chin because I'm coming for you, right? Now, AJ, it's time for the big screen. When we bring up the big screen,
I'll never question a guy if he's saying he gets poked in the eye, but you can't just drop every time you feel like something's touching your eyeball. You know?
Fair or foul?
Fair. I mean, it sucks. I mean, you can put your hands up, you can do all this stuff, but until the ref stops the fight, I don't feel bad.
Let's see what else he got.
He poked me in the eye bad one time, and I stood there, took it. Unless the ref's going to say something, I don't drop. I come from a wrestling background. It's a similar thing. You can't look to the ref for things. They're not going to help you. Sometimes it's going to go against you. You got to be always ready to defend yourself at all times. And
so with what he's saying right here, that's 100% respectable, man. Like, you can't even be mad at that because he's saying, listen, hey, you poked me too. I took it like a man, though, right? But the only difference is you poked my man like 3 times on 3 separate occasions. So give me something before we play the rest of the clip.
No, I agree. I mean, it's funny because I actually agree with both sides. I agree. I like this aspect and mindset of Chris Weidman, but at the same point, if you're Bruno Silva, you got poked in the eye 3 times, the ref did nothing. I would be pissed off at the ref for not even attempting to have fighter safety in mind on this one.
That's it. All right, let's wrap this up.
He dropped again. I don't know. Like, I was looking for a way out. I don't know. But you can't just turn your back and fall to the ground every time that your eyeball feels poked.
Anytime that your eyeball feels poked, not every time that I poked you in your eyeball, but when you feel that your eyeball got poked, bro, don't shell up, man. Take it like a man. I know you can't see, but we just learned. Well, it was just a couple fights ago, right? You don't need your eyes. Remember that? You don't need your eyeballs, bro. Just go in there and fight. Shout out Mike Bisping, right? So, listen, you poked him very clearly in the eyeball, man. We got the proof is in the pudding right there. I actually think I might have it. Let me check my news and notes section right here, man, because I might have it there. Is it there? I don't have it. All right, I'm bullshitting. All right, what's the final verdict right here, man? He technically gets the TKO victory, or actually the TKO victory was overturned to a technical decision victory, so they stopped the fight, said Bruno Silva can no longer compete. We're just going to score it from here. Easy decision for Weidman. But here's the question. Fans are outraged. Bettors are outraged. Wagerers are outraged. AJ, they placed money on Weidman KO tickets, and they don't get cashed in. Now it's a decision for Weidman. Then you have the other people who say this should be a disqualification. What's your final verdict?
I don't say disqualification at all, Derek. I don't think. I mean, you can say Chris Weidman did stuff wrong all day long, right? Not closing your hand or whatever. But at the end of the day, that comes down to the ref. I still like the win for Chris Weidman. As much as it hurts me, I was betting against him. But still, I think Chris Weidman did enough to get it done. I place full blame on the ref right here. A little bit of blame on both fighters. But either way, man, I think this one came out like it should have.
All's fair in love and war, but most importantly, let's not forget, folks, we would not have the greatest fighter of all time, John Jones, as a accredited champion if we were, real ticky-tack about these eye pokes right here. Let's just say there's been a lot of eye pokes here in championship history, yet alone just a regular fight.